if you look at me, you would be like, oh, she's a little plus size, but I am technically considered obese.
So
by my doctors.
Yeah, we know.
I was
we know, that's
obese,
the
and
thing.
I think it's
Why are we
30,
discussing obesity?
30
We
BMI.
know.
Now, the BMI,
Yo, not gonna lie, bro. Not gonna lie. Look, for those of y'all who knew my last channel, I had to watch this. I had to. This was like a given, a no-brainer. It had to be done. It had to be done. Oh my god. I'm already knowing. This shit gonna be funny. This shit gonna be out of pocket. And this shit, it's probably gonna be educational too. Insightful type shit.
If you see me, you consider me obese?
I wouldn't say that you're obese,
Okay.
but it's like medically.
So like for
so
example,
you're medically obese, though.
I forgot.
yes.
I've been medically obese since I was like 12 and I was not obese.
Why is ooh, hold on. Okay. Oh, okay. Yo.
Your physique is in your control. Will the agreeers please step forward?
Bro, can I like...
She has a question. I have a question. When you mean physique, can you specify like what exactly are you trying to?
I think physique is like the shape and size.
Why? Why, bro? Why? Is she in denial? Is this what I'm hearing right now? Is it what I'm hearing right now?
Size of your body. Why were you hesitating?
Because, you know, there's a lot of different illnesses around. So I have family members that have like thyroids and they can't gain weight or they can't lose weight. But I think that they can manage to stay at a place that's going to be healthy for them. To me, personally, I do feel like I can be at a better place. I'm working on it, and that's my goal. So.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I think that definitely people have ailments, there's different diseases and all that, but I think at the end of the day, what you can do, the best physical peak for your personal body is in your hands. You may not look like someone you want to look like, your ideal situation, but you can optimize your body to be the highest performance that you think that you can get to.
When I first started working out, I lost 60 pounds, and that included just counting calories. I didn't have to work out as hard. I did the treadmill. I went at an incline, and I just walked the whole time, watching a movie and just walked. I just made healthier choices, and I've been mindful about what I put inside my body.
Like you put in that effort, right? You made those conscious decisions to walk on the treadmill, count your calories. You were super exact with everything, and that's how both of you guys were able to lose so much weight, right? So your physique is 100% in your control. It's just that nobody wants to put the effort in.
Just so we can invite the disagreeers, that's a great point to bring in our disagreeers. Whoever wants to pick up where we just left off.
So while of course there are aspects that I think you can control about your physique, I think there are more things that are out of your control. Like it is so much more expensive to eat healthy than it is to eat like crap. If I go to the grocery store and I just want to buy a bunch of
You know what? People say that shit all the time, but it's really not true. Now, I don't remember the point that I used to have when I was making this, but just know it's not true, and I need you to take my word for it.
frozen meals, that's going to be so much cheaper than me going and buying fresh produce and fresh fruit and everything.
I disagree.
I disagree too.
Why do you disagree?
The prepackaged foods, the frozen ones, way more expensive. I've been on a budget, you know, eternally. I always save money by just going to the grocery store and buying ingredients.
I agree with you on that, but I can go get a frozen meal sometimes for $1.50, $2, where if I want to cook a whole meal, like depending on what all the ingredients I'm getting, that could be $10.
So you'll get more.
Yes, but still, you have to think from people who have like no money, and they're thinking like, oh, I can get.
I've had no money. I've had $12 for a week's amount of food.
I hear both. I think that you definitely, in the short-term mindset, it is cheaper. You go to a fast food restaurant, they have like a $1 menu. I think they've even increased the $1 menu now. So, which is crazy. It's like a $2 menu. So that's valid, I think, but I think it's killing us in the long term. Like it's like that short dopamine effect, the dopamine where you're like, oh, I just need something right now. I think that's the issue.
I also did want to, just touch on.
Bro, not gonna lie, that is so true, cause me personally, bro, like I be like buying breakfast to like last me through the whole week, and there'll be some days I just think to myself, my breakfast is running out. Do I want to go to Wendy's or do I want to get breakfast? You know what I'm saying? Do I want to plan for the future and like eat boring, or do I want to like eat fun right now, like fries? Like come on. Like, bro, you be thinking this shit all the time, bro. Your physique is definitely in your control. I can't argue for, like, I can't say this is universal for everyone, because obviously some people, like, one of my friends, he's literally allergic to working out. That's so crazy. Like, his body gets, like, a reaction and shit if he, like, starts, like, you know, if he works out a little too much, so that shit. It's like, for some people, yeah, there is, like, the benefit, the excuse. But I don't know any of those people. Deadass, even the nigga who's allergic to working out that I know, he still be working out. He just, like, can't go hard. So it's like, nah, that shit definitely, people just don't want to take accountability, bro. But that's life.
Other than like food costs, like there's also privilege when it comes to like having time to cook stuff.
Definitely,
Like if you work a full-time job, if you have kids and stuff, a lot of the time it's just easier. You don't have the time and energy. Like I enjoy cooking, but it's a lot of work sometimes, and it's much easier for me to just like go through the drive-through. And then also privilege when it comes to like your mental health.
I've never had
when
it, but I feel
you are
bad for your
depressed,
kids.
when you're struggling to even like get through the day, it can be really hard to have that motivation to eat well, to move your body and stuff. So for then when people are like, oh, well, why aren't you working out? It's like, dude, I can barely even get out of bed. So like, please stop.
I just want to say that I didn't step forward because I have PCOS and I just recently got diagnosed with it. So with PCOS, it's so much more difficult for me to lose the weight and control what I want my physique to look like. It's just so much harder. It's not impossible, but it is.
We can fix it.
It's something
and we
that
can
can
fix
be
it.
fixed.
PCOS, we can fix
Sorry
it.
to cut y'all off, but Bree, I just wanted to hear from you.
I hate this nigga.
The
Why he
question,
always want
like,
everyone to talk,
your
bro?
body is in your control.
She can
I
speak
just
up.
think
She's a
it is
grown
not
ass
100%
woman.
your control. To say it's like black and white, you can change it or you can't, is just crazy. It's just so nuanced. I really like appreciated you bringing up like the food access that you have, the knowledge access, your socioeconomic status. I go to the gym, I sit there, and I'm like, if only everyone had access and the free time to do this. I'm sure so many other people would love.
America, I hate hearing this fucking, cause not just like this topic alone, but there's so many topics where like niggas will say shit, and it's like, bro, you live in America, like can we keep it a buck right now? You have a roof over your head, you have water, electricity. Bro, there's some dumbass little kid in China fucking making your shit barely able to breathe, and we chilling comfortably like this, and niggas keep talking about, oh, like not everyone got access, bro. Yes we do, bro. Yes we do. I'm gonna just be stubborn about that. Like yes, I know there's always the exception, like, oh, some niggas are homeless. Yeah, I've been hanging out with homeless people too, and I've come to realize these niggas love being homeless. I mean, of course, not everybody. Let me not speak for everyone, but like, not like, yo, you'd just be surprised if you just like actually talk to people. If you actually just like sing shit for what it really is, like how mind blowing a lot of this shit is. Because what she's saying, bro, not everyone has access to this, bro. Yes, we do. We are in America. They are in America. At the very least, they have access to this shit. Every single one of these fat women have access to this shit. So I have access to this, and I'm fat. So it's like, what? Whatever, bro.
To do that, but people are struggling. They need to pay their rent. They can't just allot that time. They need to prioritize, and I think that's ultimately what is really sad. Everyone would love to take care of themselves.
I disagree. I'm sorry, I disagree. Like, there's some of us who are on the fit side that don't have that privileges. I wake up at 4 a.m., have a full-time job. I get it done. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I want to be the highest version of myself, the most evolved version, and she has to show up.
But your life allows it.
Yeah. No, I make my life allow
exactly.
it. I surround myself with
that. But other people don't have the possibilities that you
have.
have.
They do. They just
not everyone. And I also think there's something to be said
for the effort in.
Well, I also think too, like let's say for example, you're a teenager and you're like 500 pounds.
Yeah,
the work that you need to do to remedy that is ungodly. Like, that's really challenging. That's a hard thing to do for anybody. As opposed to like me, I was really skinny and then I decided, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym, I put on my weight. The results are showing, it looks like I'm working super hard, I make these choices, like, go girl.
Right.
But that is not the same accessibility that someone can make that change for themselves in different circumstances.
I agree. My only caveat is it's hard for both, but it can be done, is my point.
I wouldn't say that it's as hard for me as someone who's overweight trying to lose that weight. In my opinion.
But do you believe that it can be done?
I believe it can be done. I believe believe it can be done, but I think empathy and compassion for the different circumstances that may stop someone from doing that is necessary. To see like, oh, get off your ass and like do all this,
No one said
which you're
that.
not saying, but I'm saying some people, commenters,
Myron's
might be
not
saying
in this
that.
episode.
Myron was the word.
There is a
Myron
spectrum
was the worst.
for your
Stop
body.
it. I will not let
Our
that
height
nigga
isn't
be
under our
slandered
control.
at
Our
all.
fat distribution,
brought
our
comedy to the
bone
last-
density,
and I
our
only
muscle
wish
density,
he was
our
on this channel.
metabolism.
I only wish.
These are all things that make up
Not
who we
the guy
are.
himself. I don't
But
agree with his points,
in
but
that
his video that I reacted to, I only
spectrum
wish
of
that was on
health,
this channel.
absolutely, we can change who we are
Yes.
with what we got, right?
And then we'll stop right there and move on to the next one. Body positivity can promote unhealthy habits.
No, not at all. I don't agree with this. Simply because of the fact that, like, bro, what about telling people to love themselves is gonna promote unhealthy habits? I think if someone's like, if someone does not know how to take the most out of a sentence, they might themselves think, okay, let me keep being fat. But if that's the case, then it doesn't matter. I don't even think it matters being skinny or fat. Loving yourself is the only thing that truly does matter. Like, are you happy? Are you genuinely happy? Are you enjoying living life? If you are, bro, fat, skinny, fucking whatever, do you, be you. You feel me? Change your gender, you change states, go kill, do what you gotta do, bro. Do what you gotta do. You feel me? As long as like you happy, deadass. But I don't think body positivity promotes unhealthy habits. I think niggas just need an excuse to be unhealthy if we're keeping it a buck.
The agreeers, please step forward.
I think blind body positivity can be harmful if it's just like always like don't ever consider any possibility that you could change something or improve your quality of life. Just blindly accept yourself. I think that's where it can get kind of toxic.
I don't look like how I looked when I was 20. So body positivity is encouraging yourself to accept you're gonna transform eventually. When you're 40, when you're 50, you're gonna get wrinkles, you know, all these things. So yeah, definitely body positivity should have taken another route instead of just saying it's for bigger people, because it's not. It's for all the variety of people that need to accept you're changing.
Yeah, I think the pendulum has switched to the furthest extreme. I think
Not gonna lie, I think I agree with that girl's point a little bit, because I know in the last video they kind of asked a question like this too, and I said something along the lines of, like, they've taken society. They almost had a chance of like being correct. They've taken being body positive and ran with that. I don't even remember the point that I made. I think it was something along the lines of, we were close to having the correct agenda being pushed, the correct movement, but instead it got lost in traffic. Because they're talking about body positivity when I'm just talking about solely loving yourself. You feel me? The way I just said, bro, fat, skinny, whatever, do you love yourself first is what they should be pushing out. But instead they're saying, if you're fat, love yourself. Okay, what about anorexic people, right? What like they're like, skinny people go through shit too. Just cause like skinny people are unhealthy too. I promise you this. So just cause they're not like fat or like disgusting to look at does not mean like these people don't need motivation in itself too. You feel me? Like that's why I'm like, I don't even know. I'm really sleepy right now. Like I feel my eyes.
body positivity was created because there wasn't a space for people who could have acceptance in bigger bodies. And I think it's just gone to the furthest extreme now. And
like, women come in all shapes and sizes, right? And every woman is beautiful. And I think that you should really be confident in your body and the way that you look, you know, wake up feeling your best. But I feel like, especially on social media and in society today, this body positivity movement, I've seen like multiple times where there's like obese women promoting body positivity, and it's like, I wouldn't want like my
What's
kid.
obese for you?
Like an unhealthy lifestyle.
No,
like
but
overweight.
what do you mean what's obese for you?
Obese, like a medic, like
for
medically
me,
obese.
if you see me, you
What's her
consider me
range?
obese?
I wouldn't say that you're obese, but it's like medically,
So,
you know.
so like for
So
example,
you're medically obese, though?
No,
Yes.
I've been medically obese since I was like 12 and I was not obese.
Well, does anybody here?
So
would anybody here explain what they mean by medically obese? Just-
Exactly.
Like
BMI?
like when you go to the doctor's office and you get
Why,
weight on a
bro,
scale,
why are we
and
arguing about
they'll tell you, oh,
obese?
you're a little bit overweight.
Can we keep it a buck fat, yo? Bro, what? Can we keep it 100? Do we even need to understand these no explanation type of shit? Like, what's going on right now? Why are we explaining what it means to be obese? Why are we doing that?
Or they'll say you're morbidly obese, you're
Because of your
whatever
height,
these things. So like,
everything.
like if you look at me, you would be like, oh, she's a little plus size, but I am technically considered obese.
So
by my doctors.
Yeah, we know.
I was
We know, that's
obese.
the
At,
thing.
I think it's
Why are we
30,
discussing obesity?
30
We
BMI. Now the
know.
BMI, we've have come to learn that it's a little bit tricky now.
Right. It's not the most accurate.
Right.
But that's what it's based off.
Yeah.
But
Right.
so correct. But
mass
now
index.
that when I was a size 14, I was considered obese. It's smaller than we think.
I think an obese person, and this is not, calling it.
Wait. I'm not gonna lie. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. They are not wrong. Like last year, I was real skinny, but I was still considered obese too. That's crazy, right? That's crazy. But if you looked at my body, that should look good. It's just considered obese. I'm pretty sure even like niggas who are like bodybuilders and shit, like, you know what I'm saying, bulking up, like actually like in great physical condition, I think they'd be considered obese too, just like based off what their weight is. I think they have to okay, now I see what this girl's saying. Now ignore everything I was saying before. I didn't even realize they are not wrong. They are not wrong. You can be obese while still being like skinny. It's actually crazy.
Absolutely anybody obese, but I think a person that can be considered obese will not be able to go on walks. They will lose their breath. For me,
No.
because I am a
You
person
can go
that
on
I'm
walks.
big, but I'm, like I said, I'm still able to go on hikes and I won't lose my breath. I can go on runs. I can
bro.
exercise. So
So
if for
if
the
you're-
doctors I'm obese because of the
Yes.
size and the stuff that I
Yes.
am, for the doctors,
Yes.
for me, it is not the way that it works because an obese person, I've had friends who are skinnier than me. We go on walks and they're losing their breath.
So for you, obesity is just the
fact-
health parameter of how physical you can be. For
Exactly.
you, it's not a physical manifestation
Exactly.
of the body.
What the doctor, when that doctor says that bad word, he's looking
that
on
bad
a
word?
chart versus saying you
But
can't.
how many people have
but he's
been
saying-
bad
But listen,
diagnosed?
he's not saying you're ill and you can't walk up that hill.
I've had
you
doctors
go,
say that to
you
me.
go, I
That's
have
the
that.
thing. I've had doctors
I'm
say that
obese
to
and I
me.
can still walk
So-
up that hill. And that's what's fabulous about it, right? It doesn't automatically mean
Why
you're
does she
ill,
look so,
but
like-
also down the road, absolutely it's going to mean you're ill. You're lucky with your genetics currently. Down the road, it's not going to be the same
But
story.
this is the thing, you
She's
think they're
spitting.
genetics,
She's
but
spitting.
since I was really young,
Wait, no.
I'm active. I'm an active woman.
I never said you're not active.
No, I know, but I'm just responding to what you're
Okay.
saying. I know you're not saying that I'm not active. I'm responding to what you're saying about the doctors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I have had doctors tell me
Tell you what?
that I'm
Her?
obese and that I
Yes.
cannot
She was-
exercise, that
she
why
was-
am
she
I
was
not
actually
exercising,
spitting.
why am I
Maybe
not doing
right
the
now
effort.
you're good, but down the
There's
line,
doctors that have bad diagnoses
I guess-
for
I guess.
things that I've never had. And I've gotten medicated for things that I've never had. So it's like,
Right. Well,
it's
that's-
everybody, it's different.
They're killing us too. So.
Just we went down a tangent
Yeah.
for a minute. I want to.
Oh my God, you've been
we're
so
talking
good.
about we're talking about body positivity, whether
Yes.
we think it promotes unhealthy habits. We're going to bring in our disagreeer.
Oh my God.
And then continue the combo.
Yeah.
So I didn't step forward because I really hate the toxicity that has come from people being like, oh, body positivity promotes obesity and blah, blah, blah. I hate that so much. I think there is like the minutest people who are doing that, the vast, vast majority. I do not think promote obesity. Body positivity to me is just loving your body, accepting your body how it is, and not hating yourself. Like, you shouldn't have to wake up every day because you're 400 pounds and hate yourself. Like, you know, I don't think anybody should be hating themselves. So that to me is what body positivity is about. And it's also about
now.
equality in how people are treated. Like, for example, Lizzo gets called out so much on like, oh my God, she's out there with her ass and stuff. Like, ugh, it's so disgusting. But Chapel Roan, who God, I love Chaperone, was at Gov Ball and came out as Statue of Liberty and had her ass out. Did not see a single person online saying, so why does she have her ass out? You know, it's like, it's a double standard. People inherently hate fat bodies and don't think they should be seen in society.
I actually disagree with that because I do see people hating on Chapel Rowan for the way that she looks and her outfits, and there's going to be hate on both sides.
Oh, of course, there's going to be hate, but I meant like the volume of hate that Lizzo gets compared to Chapel Rowan. Like I would say, like it's much smaller. Like I just you constantly hear about like Lizzo, and you know.
I have a question. I have a question with Lizzo. Okay, one of the
she's like waiting.
One of the few times I saw her streaming, she had this gorgeous cake was gifted to her, enormous. Went in with it with a fork and was eating constantly and talking to the camera while she was streaming. The volume of the cake that she ate, I just went, oh my God, how many people are watching this? This is absolutely, it was a horrible representation. I hated every moment of it. What do you have to say about that?
Well, my question would be, if there was a thin person doing that, would you have had that same reaction?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then I think it's more about, like, she's not promoting obesity by eating cake on camera. She's just, you know, eating cake on camera.
But if she's a representation of body positivity and she's behaving this way, is that promoting
Have
a
you
negative
noticed
light?
that she just posted a video that she lost weight? Like
No,
that
no,
was,
absolutely don't.
Yeah.
I
She just
absolutely
posted
not.
a video
I
and she
absolutely
lost
did not.
weight. You can see the difference.
Because I don't want her in my algorithm.
So it was just probably that one day that you saw her doing that, but that doesn't identify her as a whole person.
Yeah, in defense of Lizzo, not a sentence I want to repeat. In defense of her, I have seen her post like, oh, here's a green smoothie that I got, or here's me with my salad, or like, here I am at the gym. I think there is this weird stigma where people that are overweight have to be perfect all the time. They can never just like, you know, just have a cake. And I agree, it's gorgeous. I agree, it's not great. Listen, I'm not saying that's great.
That was
not
too
great.
much.
But I'm saying that like this one instance of her doing this amidst all her other ones of her trying to be healthy.
Can I go on the opposite side of that? Like with Lizzo, there's like Eugenia Clooney. She's a very petite, tiny woman. Why are people saying, oh, good job, Lizzo, like good job for eating healthier, but like when Eugenia Clooney's like trying to eat something like.
But is Eugenia Cooney allowed to have hashtag body positivity?
She does sometimes. So
she?
She promotes herself literally wearing like tiny outfits, showing her body.
That was my whole point. Is like these extremes are hijacking it.
Yeah,
I agree.
They're not good representation.
Yeah,
No.
that, like the algorithm, they will push out the most extreme cases because they get the most views, and it's what people want to see.
Yes, it's dangerous.
Including these conversations. Although this was pretty reasonable. All right, let's reset.
No matter who you are, there's no denying that injuries can really put a
Hey!
suck. Getting injured, especially.
Who allowed you to try to get an ad? Whose idea was this?
I have taken a weight loss drug.
Nigga, no. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't be taking shit like that for real. I'm all about I am what I am. It could be for anything. Weight loss, sex, anything. Even I had like acne at one point in high school. I refused to take those drugs. I gave that shit back to the doctor, like, bro, I'll fuck this shit the fuck out. Whatever happens, happens. And not in the sense of I just won't take drugs. It's just more like I won't take drugs for like stupid shit like that. Like, baby, how do I tell you? If my dick don't get hard, my dick don't get hard. It's that simple. If I nut quick, I nut quick. It's that simple. If I'm fat, I'm fat. Either I'm gonna go to the gym. Yeah, that's it. Either I'm gonna go to the gym or I'm gonna stay fat. How do I tell you? There's no in between. There's no in between at all.
Will the agreeers please step forward?
I guess everybody's perfect.
I'm like trying to see like what do we define as drugs?
I think we're talking about the
Like Ozempic?
Pills
Yeah,
or...
wait. Well, any
Like diet pills?
any drug that you've taken. Sorry. Yeah, come on in. Let's hear your story.
I have used weight loss drugs before I knew the power of them in college and that you could get them over the counter, but they were incredibly strong and probably needed to be controlled at that time. But I was just so obsessed with my body size. I've pretty much my whole life, and that's just the culture, American culture that I was raised in and lived in, and so I would try drastic means, and I've done things that would just get you super wired. Even as an adult, once I figured out how to eat, I gained the weight back during the lockdown, like a lot of people did. And I go, gosh darn it, I was so upset. And I took a prescription weight loss drug that I got.
You know what? He looks good with glasses on. I'm not gonna lie. He's giving me a lot of Tommy Shelby vibes. Y'all know Thomas Shelby? He's giving me Thomas Shelby vibes, bro. I'm fucking with it. He looks good. I don't know why the quality's at 360p. Yo, my apologies. Y'all had to thug through that. Oh my God. My apologies.
I was prescribed by a doctor, and I was able to drop the weight quickly. I used it as a biohack. I used it short term just to get the weight off, because once the weight is off, now it's on you. You have to know how to eat.
So this is more recently.
Yep, and this is absolutely recent.
Was
too.
it like Ozempic, something like that?
Phentermine. You can get it prescribed. It's a controlled substance. It's hardcore, but it takes the thought process out of your mind. That thing, that monster that always tells you you're gonna get your next serotonin kick by that food, and you're hyper-focused on eating, and it takes that monster, it stops talking. So now, when the monster stops talking, you go, I can control this. I can make changes in my lifestyle in order to make healthier decisions to keep the weight off that I just lost with this drug, and yeah.
I was so desperate to lose weight. I was like on TikTok scrolling through, and like they were sharing like, oh, this drug does this and this is that. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and just blindly buy this thing, and showed up at a horrible time.
Do you know what kind of drug it was?
It was a pill that I took, and it like suppressed my want to eat food. But it also like had some really bad side effects. Like when I would eat, I would feel sick after, and I realized like, oh, I'm feeling horrible all the time and having this energy low and like just feeling physically sick.
How long were you on it?
I was on it for 2 months maybe.
Did you lose weight?
I lost some weight, but as soon as I got off of it, I gained all of that weight back.
Yeah. You have to know what to do once you're there.
Exactly.
What are you gonna do?
Exactly. It was like the crutch, and like you just relied on it so much, and then once it was gone, you had to do your own.
You know what I love about fat women? Contrary to this whole video, I actually like don't like to judge. You know what I'm saying? This is purely for entertainment. But one thing I love about fat women, they are all pretty, bro. I'm not gonna lie. They are all pretty. And I'm knowing that if they just like lost the weight, oh my God, they'd be S rank. Easily S rank. Easily. But yeah, that's all I have to say. They'd be dumb pretty. No cap.
Thing, and
you have to figure it out.
You have to figure it out, and the pill was doing all that for you. And then for me, I gained more weight than I lost when I was on it.
Let's bring in our disagreeers.
So I've heavily considered taking Ozempic, but I've decided not to, because you either have to stay on that drug long term to keep those effects, or if you get off of it, most people are gonna gain the weight back. So I'm no longer interested in anything that is not a complete lifestyle change. Like for me, I have learned over the years that I would prefer to be fat and happy than thin and miserable. Yeah. So like right now, I'm just trying to, eat less processed food, stay away from like sodas and stuff for the most part. But I will never count calories, like, or because to me that leads to disordered
I don't count calories
eating habits.
For you?
For me personally, yes. I'm not talking for everybody. I'm not talking for everybody, but for me personally, and I do think for a lot of people, it can lead to disordered eating.
Kind of circling back to the topic about taking weight loss drugs. Hell no, I would never take no weight loss drug. I worked really hard for my body, and I'm like a very big believer in that phrase. Like, if you wanted to, you could. Wouldn't you be so much happier if you lost the weight and you look back on it and it was like, yeah, like I did that. You know, like that was 100% all me. I didn't need no help. I didn't need no cheat codes. Like, this was the work that I put in, and I got the results that I wanted.
And that was the mindset that I wish that I had before I took the drugs.
Yeah.
Because like I was super naive. I was like 18 years old, and I had no knowledge about anything, and I was looking for a quick fix because all these people were telling me, oh, you need to lose weight, you need to do this, and that was in my own household. So it was my family telling me this, along with my friends and everything like that.
It's a lifestyle change, ultimately. These are tools that you can utilize, but if you are not changing your lifestyle to go with it, then what will happen for you? And so I think that's really ultimately what it is. If you're not ready to commit to the lifestyle change, using these tools is not going to help you.
When people do these quote unquote shortcuts, a lot of the time, like mentally, they're not there. So they lose the weight and then they're still like
not fixing the problem.
Exactly. It was like, it was this quick fix, and now that it's, you know, they get off it, like everything mentally, like that they were at when they were at a bigger weight is still there because they didn't put in that mental work, like doing it on their own.
For example,
we gotta reset. So the next one. I'm getting the signal. Fit women are more attractive than fat women.
Once again, this answer is no. I think anything that's very opinion based like this should not. No one should walk up at you. Everyone should just come on. Beauty is subjective. As I said earlier, like fat girls are pretty. Like outside of like their build, they are pretty. That's undeniable. And usually they have like nice skin too. I've noticed that. I feel like every fat woman I've yet to see a fat girl with like bad skin. Is that crazy? Is that crazy? I don't know. Go look. That'd be fat woman. Personally, I wouldn't. That's not my thing. But I could understand someone who would. I could definitely understand. And I heard great things about them giving head. So like, I don't know. I'll just take niggas' word for it. I've never tried that. But hey, go with them.
Will the agreeers please step forward?
I would definitely agree. Fit women are more attractive than like plus size women, only because me having this body, it shows that I can commit to something, right? And it shows that I'm hardworking. So I feel like men looking at my body can see, oh, okay, she's dedicated. She put in the work, and that could be an attractive quality that men see in me. I would definitely go for like a more muscular guy. So that kind of shows that we have something in common, something that we can work on together.
So gym dates?
Yeah, gym dates, for sure.
All right, thank you. Can we bring in the disagreeers?
I feel like I'm gonna get flamed alive right now. It's all good.
I'm bisexual, so I
Hey,
love
girl, me
women.
too.
I love women.
Yes, all the bisexuals.
I think that all women are beautiful. I've had relationship with women that are fit, they are not fit, variety. And I can tell you that personality-wise, the skinniest ones and the most beautiful ones have had a personality that I cannot work with. Me, personally, me. So, and it comes from a place that the way that I grew up, the way that they grew up, thoughts, minds, you surround yourself with people that you like, that is like you. Your personality has more beauty than the way that you look.
Your physical looks will disappear. My grandma, she used to be a very petite, tiny woman, grew up in the Philippines. My grandpa the same way. Now they're a little bigger, they're more comfortable. 50 years later, still in love.
Yeah.
My grandpa always makes jokes. Like when I remember growing up, he was like, this is Burger King and this is McDonald's. I'm the king and I'm loving it. And I'm like, that's my grandpa. He showed me like you can appreciate a woman through all the changes, you know? Like,
exactly.
And that's why I love, like I could be, once I get skinny, like my boyfriend can still love me, but maybe he loves me more because how I am personally.
I think people like to be like, oh, it's always going to be the fit woman is more attractive than the plus size woman. I just don't think that's true. Like, there's a lot of beautiful fit women. There's also a lot of not very beautiful ones.
Right.
You know what I mean? To assume that size will always equal more attractive, I just think is like silly. It's a case by case basis.
The more on the healthy side.
Well, you can be thin and not healthy.
Yes,
Let's be
right.
clear.
Exactly.
But the biggest issue I have with what you said, I disagree with you. I think as a fit girl as well, fit girlies, but I still disagree with you because there's beautiful women who are in bigger bodies. Like, I feel like it's an arrogance almost to be like, oh, because I'm fit, I'm more attractive. Like that's, it's ridiculous. And the biggest issue I have with what you said about men being attracted to you more just because you're fit. I think that's basing your worth on a man. And I'm married, as a married woman saying that, I just don't understand what that has to do with the principle of just physical attractiveness. That has nothing to do with if someone else deems you as attractive. It's like just solely based on the physical. So I 100% disagree with you.
I was debating actually stepping forward because of just what society has taught me my whole life is like, thin is more beautiful, thin is more beautiful, thin is more beautiful. And I've really had to work on unlearning that, like for so many years. When I was like, 19, 20, I was like, oh, the reason I'm not in a relationship is because I'm fat. Like I need to lose weight and then I'll become in a relationship, then someone will love me. And I thought that for so many years. And like my self-confidence was like down here. And I really had to work on unlearning that. And I'm still trying to unlearn that. But like I have learned over the years that people are attracted to different things. So if you ask one person, they're gonna tell you, oh, this is what I'm attracted to. And if you ask someone else, they might have a completely different answer. So I think attractiveness is subjective. I think when it comes to society 100% says skinnier is better.
I mean, I hear a lot of what you're saying, but I'm curious, anybody want to share, like, what is the type of body that you're attracted to?
To men, on men, other, or
well,
the
I don't know,
opposite.
See that? Now he's cooking, cause look, put me up there, I'd be like, bro, beauty's subjective. They be like, what you attracted to? Skinny bitches. Come on now, let's give it a bite, yeah. Or let me say like, you know what I'm saying? Like, thick John, you feel me? You feel me?
There's people who are attracted to So whether it's men or women, what kind of bodies are you attracted to?
Because I've been smaller and bigger. I am tall. I already am eliminating a majority of people because I'm one taller man than me. But you know what? Somebody on your show, Zach Miko.
Was that the tall guy?
It was the model.
Oh, yeah.
The plus size model? He was
Yes.
cute.
So
unfortunately married.
So it's like I have dated some fantastically gorgeous men, but when I feel most comfortable and myself, and I can feel just kind of let it all out, is a guy that's has some cushion. Gym people for gym people, and that kind of seems like unattainable, not my vibe.
No, I appreciate the specificity. If anyone else wanted.
So I do have a type, but also like I've never dated before. So I'd say like my type goes from my type goes from like Prince Eric to Fluffy. Yes, the comedian Fluffy. I just feel like I could like hug him. Like he would give the best hugs and be like the best person.
It's a very wide range.
Yeah, a very wide range.
A lot of them fit into that.
A lot of infinites to that. But like I don't discriminate against like body type or anything like that.
It's funny because for me as a bisexual woman, like what I like in women versus what I like in men is like very different. So men, I'm very much like you. Like dad bods are kind of like what I'm the most attracted to. I don't want someone like super, super big, but I also don't like super skinny or like super, super buff. Like you have a little muscle, that's fine, but like the really buff guys, like not my thing. But for women, I like way more different kinds of women, like thin, big, like I don't know. I'm just way more attracted, I think, when it comes to different kinds of women. Like when I'm swiping on dating apps, like I'll maybe swipe on like 1 in every 20 men, and like women it's like 1 in 5. Women I just think overall are much more beautiful than men. Like even
and we have better profiles. Let's get this.
Yes, that too.
All right, let's reset. It's okay for models to set a high standard for body image. Will the agreeers please step forward?
I did some modeling as a kid.
What was the question? It's okay for models to set a high standard for body. Do models actually set a high standard? I thought they just take pictures and people like feel insecure about that. Wait, can I check this real quick? Okay, yeah, it's good. But yeah, can I get the shit out of my screen again? Yeah. Do models actually set a high standard? I thought it was people themselves, or like whoever was promoting the model being like, oh, like I heard this is how y'all want to look like. I don't think models themselves have ever said, like, to my knowledge at least, they probably could have. I don't know. And I thought models were miserable. Like, why would they promote that lifestyle? I thought they were like, bro, I want to eat a cheeseburger, I just can't. Like, I thought they were on that type of time. Fuck it, bro.
I did some modeling as a kid and as a teenager, and even now as an adult, I did pinup. There's definitely like a high expectation and standard, especially like in runway modeling and things like that, because they push out these clothing and they only do it in certain sizes. There's standards that different companies have that they want to push out certain things. So like for pinups, they want you to look a certain way, they want you to do your makeup a certain way, they want you to dress a certain way for that style. And same thing for like Victoria's Secret, they want to promote lingerie, and there's a standard for each company and they have to live up to that standard based on what they're trying to promote.
And personally for me, I always looked up to thin people. I always found them very beautiful. I was like, I want to be able to look like a Victoria's Secret model one day. It's okay to have a higher standard of beauty because it makes you want like, oh, I want to work harder on myself to achieve that type of body goal. I might not look exactly like them, like with the hips and everything, but I want to be able to look a healthy version of myself that looks something like that.
I think it's okay for models to have a higher standard of beauty because we are attracted to attractive things. A model is selling something. They're being hired to sell something, and they're going to make it, hey, look at this. Look at the dress I'm wearing. And you as a consumer, you don't want to look at somebody that is going to go, ugh, I don't even want to look at that person. What were they selling? I don't know.
Let's bring in our disagreeers. More disagreeers than I expected.
I completely disagree. I think we all forgot what modeling industry has done for women in our society. I think we kind of went blank for a second. I'm a journalism major, I have my degree in journalism, and growing up with certain magazines, and those women, just because they were thin does not mean they were healthy. Have y'all ever seen America's Next Top Model?
Yes.
There's a lot of detrimental things that were happening within that society, within that community. And I agree with you, yes, we all want to look at something aesthetically pleasing, but that varies. Also, the modeling industry is known for not being diverse.
Right.
Hello? So I don't know, we just like blacked out for a second.
It's very diverse now.
Now.
It was not when I started.
Yeah, but
was
it's
not.
not that diverse now either. It's evolving, but I wouldn't go as far as saying it's that diverse. But I think that it can be very detrimental as a young woman. I think the body positivity movement kind of was created in juxtaposition because of the modeling industry of the 90s and early 2000s, how toxic that was.
I do think we have come a long way, but we still have like much further to go. The average size of the woman in the United States is a size 16. So why are we not seeing that reflected more on runways and modeling and stuff? You know, I also have issues with it when it comes to a lot of plus size modeling too, because a lot of plus size models, they have the curves, but they have no belly. And that's so unrealistic for most plus size women, where it's like, most plus size women, if you are a size 20 like I am, you're gonna have a stomach. And
most of those photos have been photoshopped.
Yeah, or they even put padding on smaller models to make them look bigger.
The standards keep changing. How many models do they need to show all the different body types that for this to sell one dress?
Sounds like there's a tension between the market. If the data says more
Right.
people clicked on this body, even if it's unrealistic,
Yes.
put that body in the ad.
Yes.
But what you're saying is that's unfair representation of the true customer.
Yeah, exactly. Because then I'll like buy something that I saw on a plus size model who has a flat stomach, and then I put it on, and I'm like, oh, I hate this because it's clinging to like all the wrong parts. I just want to see something that looks. It doesn't have to look exactly like me.
I think for a long time people thought that diversity in sizes wasn't marketable. Like I can't make money from showing all this diversity of sizes, but I think that there are new brands coming like Savage X Fenty with Rihanna. She has proven that you can have diverse bodies and you can still market and sell. And let's be real, most consumers are not the models. They look different.
Women should be fit enough to protect themselves.
I'm gonna answer no to this. Bro, we are not in like 1778. How do I tell you? You can get a gun tomorrow if you please. Fuck being fit. You wanna protect yourself? You know, like as long as like you're not so fat that your finger can't fit through the trigger thing, you good, buddy. You good. Come on now.
Will the agreeers step forward?
This is something that I always say. Listen, no shame to people that are thinner, but I just think you're so vulnerable when you're thin. Like if you're petite and you're frail and you're not strong enough to fight back, I don't think that's safe for you. I'm a proponent of like building muscle. That way you're sturdy. That way if someone tries to come up on me, they're going to feel something.
Right. I think we shouldn't have to.
Yes.
Like it sucks that we're in a society that we do, but we have to.
Yes.
You're prone to danger at any moment. Know some punches, know some locks. I don't know. But yeah, definitely stay prepared.
Yeah, as someone who trains kickboxing, boxing, and Muay Thai, at our facility, like we do offer like women's self-defense classes, and like no matter like what body size you are, I highly recommend every single woman to take at least one class just so you know the basics and just like for your own protection.
Well, I got attacked by a dog once when I was on a walk. I came out of this house and it came out.
Oh, I feel so offended. Nigga, my entire life. Hold on. I have to keep checking this. Okay. Nigga, my entire life. This bitch had the nerve to say once? Oh, he's cool. He doesn't bite. He's friendly. I'm like, what? What? Man, you know how many times I like ran into traffic about to die just to escape some dumbass dog that they told me wasn't a crash out, but that dog was a crash out? Man, the amount of friends who I've seen eat shit, the amount of lives I've seen get risked because of a dog, and this bitch talking about I only got chased once. See the fuck up, bro, man. You know what? Bro, you know
after me, and I was with a group of friends. Of course, he comes after the big one. Don't get me wrong, but it was scary. I couldn't run away from that problem, but my friends were able to, and that came to my mind. Like, oh my gosh, I'm not good at cardio. I know what I need to improve more on. You need to be able to carry yourself, pull yourself up, or like run.
Even for you, for your kids, you know, an emergency. Your kid is swallowing something and it got stuck, or everything around you needs your full potential energy. So yeah, definitely everybody work on their own pace and just make sure that you work on things that are going to help you and stay safe because it's dangerous.
Not to be an easy target.
Aside from dogs, which has anyone ever been in a situation where they've had to defend themselves?
I can talk about it because it doesn't hurt anymore, but when I was young, I did get molested, and
I'm gonna be back because my laptop is dying. Okay, I'm back. It's charging. What did you say about
it? Because it doesn't hurt anymore, but when I was young, I did get molested, and it's fine. It's fine. I'm over it. I know it wasn't my fault. See, I work with my brain a lot, so for me, I was laying down, and it was more of a situation where I couldn't move because of everything that was happening around me, and my thoughts were just like, I need to find a way to survive. I need to find a way to push this person from me. And I was 13, so it was like, you know what? Pray. Because there was a cousin sleeping next to me, and I was like, please have her move. Please have her move so I can move. And she did. And as soon as she moved, I found the way to just push him. Like I found the courage to push him off. It came from, I don't know where, but it came. And whatever happened after that. So it is a situation where, as women, we are subject to not just men, but to a lot of people, and where we need to find a way to protect ourselves, and not just us, as we're growing older. Like, we should be showing our children how to and who not to trust instead of judging.
How do you learn to trust the men after a situation like that? Like, of course, not all men is the man that molested you, but still. Damn, bro. Y'all, one thing I've realized, it is so shocking when you just realize, when you come to find out that women that that you're close to, that you're personal with, have all gone through some form of, not all, some of them are chilling, some of them are lucky, but they've kind of gone through something. To me, oh my god, I was so shocked to find out two specific ones, because I would have never thought it. I mean, one of them I would have actually thought it, but I didn't think it. But the other one, and I be around bad bitches too, bad bitches, people, girls who just kind of act reg, kind of mature, kind of whatever, and I was like, damn, I didn't expect that. You know what I'm saying? It could be anything from a guy just putting his hands down their pants, you know what I'm saying? Just groping them, whatever, just it could be anything. But it's sad. It's always sad. It's sad. What?
Then instead of expecting from them, you should be teaching them to find their way and what works for them, to find a courage to save themselves from whatever is going to be a struggle for them in the future.
Yeah.
Yo,
Thank you.
what if one of the girls in this room just go, why are you trauma dumping? We've all been through it. Like, we don't care. Yo, no, I'm playing.
Sharing that story.
I have abused my body. Will the agreeer step?
Oh my God, bro. I have abused my body. Now, what does this mean? Like, does it mean like I've ate so much I got fat, or does it mean like I've cut myself? Oh my God. But personally, no, I love my body. Nigga, what? Fuck that.
Forward.
Personally, for me, I've always suffered with anxiety and depression since I was young. I haven't grown up in the best areas. I used to self-harm in different ways. I suffered with like purging and everything, and like actual like physically cutting myself. Sometimes I even tempted to like burn myself. When I look in the mirror, I'm just like, what is wrong with you? And I was 13, 12, and around this time, I did not like the way I look. I'm not happy right now. And like the only thing I have control of, because I don't have money, I can control what I can do to myself. And it wasn't until like I got older and I started studying mental health, I started studying like different like ways you can take care of yourself with the resources I had. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not the best at my mind right now. And there's other opportunities I can control those bad thoughts. To let them out.
What were some of the tools that were most helpful to you?
Meditation really was a big thing for me. I loved meditating. Whenever I had those, I call it like noise, like those just thoughts in my head, like just talking. And I'm like, close your eyes, inhale, exhale, and just breathe. Just find your center and calm yourself. That's really helped me a lot.
Addiction is the disease that tells your brain that the problem is the solution. My biggest addiction was food, and and you get a serotonin kick. Everybody has a vice because that's something cheap and fast. At some point,
she said it. Hold up, y'all. Look, for all the niggas who are uneducated, I got y'all, nigga. I too. Define serotonin.
Serotonin means a compound present in blood platelets and serum, which constricts the blood vessels and acts as a neurotransmitter.
Well, that wasn't helpful. If I'm taking this definition and I'm a compound present in the blood, which constricts the blood vessels. Does that mean stops or acts as neurotransmission? Constricts and acts as a neurotransmitter. Serotonin. I'm gonna assume serotonin is a good thing based off that definition. I don't care.
Point, it's not, you're not a victim anymore. Like, you're actually doing it to yourself. This lifestyle of this and up and down, and how I even abused myself, how I used to talk to myself, and you're not good enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not thin enough, you know, you're never enough.
Damn,
until I changed the way I spoke to myself, did changes ever happen and maintain.
Abuse my body a lot by being an emotional eater. Like, I'm a very emotional person. Actually, I just found out last year that I have BPD. Ever since I was a teenager, I have struggled heavily with depression and suicidal thoughts, like all the time. Yeah, I have abused my body over the years, and I'm trying to love myself more, take better care of myself.
Do it. Don't try. Just do it.
Well, you say that, but it can be hard.
Make it easy. Make it easy. Make it easy to speak to yourself in a kind way.
Yeah.
I just got upset because you don't want to be on this. You're a gift.
Thank you.
How
gift.
dare you
How
take it,
dare you?
that beautiful gift away? How dare you?
No.
You're not allowed to do that anymore, okay?
No,
You're here.
can't.
You have
I
to
love
speak
that,
to yourself
bro. I love
kindly.
that. Can
Be
we
nice
hug?
to yourself.
Can we hug?
Your family members,
love
how would they
that,
tell somebody else that's speaking to you that way to you? And you do it to yourself, that's not
Come on
okay.
now.
You can change it. Make a choice.
Love you, woman.
Yeah, it's gotten a lot better over the years, that I'm much kinder to myself, and I wish I could like tell my younger self to like be kinder.
But you can tell her right now.
Oh,
You can
I do,
tell that
yeah.
baby right now. She's good enough and she's meant to be here.
Thank you. Yeah.
Fuck.
I'm like, I just want to give you a hug because I relate to your story so much. I was an emotional eater too. I still am an emotional eater. I'm working on it so much. But like when I was getting bullied in middle school, I
keep switching from like entertainment to like being for real.
Getting called fat and all these things, and I was literally getting notes handed to me saying that I was like a fat whale. It really messed me up, and it made me attempt suicide a few times. And I was I was 12 years old, and it wasn't until after I attempted and my family found out, because now I don't think that way anymore. That's why I'm such a huge like advocate for mental health and just love yourself. You have to love yourself in order to change things that you want to change.
Okay, I know you haven't spoke, but can I bring in with this? For the people who came in, the disagreeers with this prompt, what have been the most valuable tools or resources in your life to not abuse your body?
I think of like the highest version of myself, and I try to show up as her every single day. When I have dark thoughts or when things are hard, I'm like, okay, the highest version of Alyssa, like she's a baddie, she's disciplined, you know, she loves herself, and I kind of show up as her.
I 100% agree with that. I'm a very big believer in like if you say things out loud and manifest them, then they will come true, because eventually you do end up getting like that mentality switch, right? Like if you wake up and the first thing that you say to yourself like in the mirror is like, I'm ugly, you know? That's what you're gonna go about your entire day believing, you know? But maybe like writing something down, like having it like on the mirror and stuff, and starting every morning like smiling and with like positivity, then you'll carry that energy like through the entire day, the entire week, the entire month, and eventually like your entire life.
If you have a network of people that if you're feeling any kind of emotion or going through anything, having that kind of community to help you figure out how you can go about this without doing some detrimental harm to yourself, I think it's really amazing. And again, a privilege that I was able to have that. And if nothing else, I hope anyone watching this can really see and empathize, and like, you can't just look at someone and be like, oh, they're this and that, or they're lazy, or they don't work hard enough. Like, I think this conversation has just been so illuminating for me, and I hope it's illuminating for everybody.
For me, also, just adding to like what helped me get out of the depression that I had, was I sat down and I cried. I would cry in my room and acknowledge the things that I needed to change, even though it was gonna cost me. And I had supporters like my family. My sister's my biggest supporter. I love you with all my heart. And you really need to work on yourself. Make a better choice. Change your body if it's necessary, if you can, but be healthy, because we're not getting any better. This world is just gonna get harder. So we need to be healthy and prepared for whatever we need to do, you know? So yeah, work out safely, and you know, everybody, we hope you're healthy for like the longest time, because man.
I definitely agree with like letting out a good cry, because I was an emotional eater.
I cried a lot.
I was such an emotional eater. Like I held all of my emotions in, and what I would do is I would eat instead of letting that emotion out and recognizing the emotion. And it wasn't until like I let out that cry, I reached out to the people.
Yeah, you reach out for help.
You reach out to the people that you trust and you feel the safest with. And I did that I started to realize like, oh, I need to change this. It isn't healthy to go to the food instead of going to the people. You got to go to your people.
I agree with that. The day after my mom passed, I just came back, literally I took a plane back to California to be with my family while she was back home. And that day I was just like, you know what? My mom's gone. I want to be gone. You know, and the only person I really trust and love and care for and adore is my grandma. She is my rock. And I remember looking at her like, we got home, I'm like, Grandma, I'm done. This is it.
Yeah, bro. I used to rock with my grandma so heavy. But that was only because like I would like come to her house like for like 1 minute, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, laugh, and then be on my way. For a little while, I've lived with my grandma because like she's been babysitting my siblings. Like she would like stay over for the weekdays. Tell me, bro, the way that lady annoys me, bro. She's exactly like my mom. Oh my god, but that woman is so annoying. Both of them. Oh my god, bro. What? That is crazy. Just hearing her mention grandma was like, oh shit. Grandma, right. She used to be a dog. She used to be cool.
And she told me, and this is the only thing that keeps me going till this day, is the moment you're gone, I lost you, I lose your mom, I have no one. And reaching out to my grandma and telling her, like, I'm ready to just end it, it made me realize, like, if I keep hurting myself, I'm not just hurting myself, I'm hurting the people who love me the most. Making sure, like, you know, when you're going through your hard spot, just know, like, you're not alone in that. There's people around you who do truly love you, and they want you to reach.
No, killing yourself is so inconsiderate. Some niggas actually write a letter like, bitch, if you don't lock in, we are in 2024. What are you writing letters for? Be a man, nigga, FaceTime me before you shoot yourself. Come on now. Cause can we keep it up? Man, suicide is so inconsiderate. How dare you? But look, by all means, if your life sucks, bro, you know what you gotta do, bro. You know what you gotta do. But it's like, at least like talk to someone that like cares about you for real. Like don't just be a dickhead and kill yourself out the blue, out the wazoo. Niggas can't even say their final goodbyes. You just oh, my life sucks. Okay, you gonna ruin someone else's life too. Bro, y'all, if any of y'all watching and you wanna kill yourself, go talk to someone that loves you. They might encourage you. Low-key, I'm not gonna lie, they might encourage you, and that's not the point. I'm not trying to save your life. I'm just trying to like let you know, bro. Like, say goodbye at least. Like, have some decency. Be a fucking gentleman. Lock the fuck in, bro. You need to flick on the forehead if you're just gonna off yourself. No, nothing. And don't write a note too. That lame ass shit. I told you, we in a new era. Stop writing notes, bro. Go confront the person first and then go through with it. You know what? I say if you're already gonna kill yourself, y'all might as well do everything you thought you couldn't do. Just go ask out your crush. You feel me? If she says no, you were already gonna do it. You were already like, what's changed? You know what I'm saying? Go tell all your family how much you let them go. Go donate to charity for the first time, or you like why don't make a positive impact before we go at the very least? Y'all niggas just be killing yourselves and leaving it at that. Waste of a life. Waste of a life.
Reach out to them and tell them like what's going on with you. So I always recommend that. Yeah, I'm so sorry.
What she said, don't ever apologize.
Ever, especially as a woman. Stop apologizing.
I love that.
Thank you all so much for the vulnerability.
After this question, the reason I've never abused my body for real, nigga, like we're taught like this is God's body. This shit ain't ours. We're giving it back. Who the fuck am I to give it back to this nigga with like cuts and bruises? Like, I did that, guy. He's gonna be like, what? That's 1,000 lashes in hell while you're burning. It's like, damn. Oh, chill. And not from Satan, from me, nigga. Like, oh,
and for sharing your opinions through the discussion. Thank you guys for watching Middle Ground. Subscribe, watch more Middle Ground, listen to Radical Empathy, and leave a positive or thought.
Alright, it's done. I have no need to watch this no more. But hey, y'all, like, subscribe, etc., etc., etc.